What's up, guys? It's Here We Go Joe. We're here at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, California. I've never been here before. It's my very first time. So I'm just going to walk around, do some sightseeing, take a look at some of the graves here, the tombs, and there's some really wild stuff that I've seen so far. Some beautiful architecture, beautiful tombstones, beautiful graves. Like, just driving through here, it's just so much to look at. So let's go do some exploring. Let's go out in this 100-degree Los Angeles heat and see what we could find. Here is the grave of David Lynch, one of the most unique filmmakers in American cinema. He directed Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, The Elephant Man, and co-created Twin Peaks. He died in 2025 at age 78 with COPD listed as the underlying cause. Here's the grave of Corey LaBerry. Corey was a YouTuber and social media personality known for his comedy, lifestyle videos, and collaborations in the LA creator scene. He died in 2020 on his 25th birthday after being a passenger in a McLaren that crashed in Valley Village, California. Also, guys, I just gotta say, I'm kind of a noob when it comes to vlogging and, cameras and all this fancy stuff. So the first 6-7 minutes of this video, you could probably tell that the camera is tilted a little bit too far up. It might be off-putting. I apologize. I'm new to this. It's a new camera. It has a little tiny 2-inch LCD screen, and it was super bright outside. I couldn't really see when I was filming, but later on, after 10 minutes in this video, I get the hang of it and it looks a lot better. And this grave, this pyramid mausoleum, belongs to Andrew Charles Burkle. He was a young producer and entrepreneur and the son of businessman Ron Burkle. He died in 2020 at just 26 years old after being found at his Beverly Hills home. Here's Johnny Ramone's grave, the guitarist and co-founder of the Ramones. Johnny died in 2004 at age 55 after a 5-year battle with prostate cancer. And that big building over there is the Netflix headquarters. And just to its left is the Hollywood sign. Alright, here's Mickey Rooney. He's one of Hollywood's longest working entertainers. He was famous for the Andy Hardy movies, musicals with Judy Garland, and later films like The Black Stallion and Night at the Museum. He died in 2014 at age 93 of natural causes. And here is actress Anne Heche. She's known for Donnie Brasco, Volcano, Wag the Dog, and 6 Days, 7 Nights. And she also, of course, dated Ellen DeGeneres. She died in 2022 at age 53 after a car crash in Los Angeles, and her death was ruled an accident. And then up there is Seth Brooks Binzer, also known as Shifty Shellshock. He was the lead singer of Crazy Town. He's best known for the hit song Butterfly, which went #1 in the year 2001. He died in 2024 at age 49, and his death was ruled an accidental overdose. And over here, we have the Hollywood Memorial Park Cathedral Mausoleum. Now, this cemetery was originally founded in 1899 as Hollywood Memorial Park, and it grew right alongside the early movie industry. Inside mausoleums like this, people are entombed above ground in crypts or cremation niches, rather than traditional lawn graves. Alright, so walking into this mausoleum, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I've never been in one of these before, and I was the only person in here, and it's just dead silent, no pun intended. And I don't know, you just get this eerie feeling. You're just with the dead, people who have been laid to rest. You don't want to be disrespectful. And with me not knowing maybe proper etiquette or whatever, I didn't feel like walking around and vlogging and commentating live on what everything is and what I'm looking at. So that's also one of the main reasons why I'm doing a voiceover here. This is not me narrating live. I'm doing a voiceover just because I felt kind of weird if I was to walk through the cemetery like a YouTube vlogger, just talking out loud to myself and people are there mourning their lost loved ones. I didn't want to be a dick, so yeah. But nonetheless, this is a really cool mausoleum. It's beautiful. There's so many people here. I know I'm not like a film buff. I'm not a cinema nerd. I'm not going to know all the names of everybody. But if I walk past somebody in this video and you see a familiar name, write the timestamp down in the comments. Let me know who it is and tell me a little bit about them, because I know I probably walked past so many people and you guys are probably screaming. But yeah, I'm not a film nerd. I love movies. I love cinema, but I'm not too deep. I'm not going to know a bunch of actors from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and so forth. And this little section right here belongs to the Ferris family. It appears to be a private family crypt rather than like a famous celebrity grave. And here is the Nessa section. Now, I don't know anything about the Nessa family. I did some research. I couldn't really find anything. So not really a celebrity grave from my understanding, but just a reminder that this cemetery is not just celebrities. Of course, there's regular civilians and normal folks like you and me all throughout this cemetery. Here's Jonathan White. Jonathan White was the son of David White, who played Larry Tate on Bewitched. Jonathan wasn't a Hollywood star himself, but he died tragically in 1988 at the age of 33 as one of the victims of the Pan Am Flight 103 bombing over Lockerbie, Scotland. He and his father are actually both here at Hollywood Cemetery. And this is the Valentino Shrine. It's named in tribute to Rodolfo Valentino, one of the biggest silent film stars of the 1920s. And here's Peter Finch, an English-Australian actor best known for playing Howard Beale in Network. Finch died suddenly of a heart attack in 1977 at the age of 60, and he also became the first actor to win an Oscar after death. And this right here is Rodolfo Valentino. He was one of the biggest silent film stars of the 1920s, famous for movies like The Sheik, The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and Blood and Sand. He died in 1926 at just 31 years old after complications from a perforated ulcer, and his death caused a massive public reaction from fans. And this grave belongs to Don Adams. He was an actor and comedian best known for playing Maxwell Smart, Agent 86 on Get Smart. He also voiced Inspector Gadget and Tennessee Tuxedo and won 3 Emmy Awards for Get Smart. Adams died in 2005 at age 82 from complications of a lung infection after being diagnosed with bone lymphoma. Alright, well here's some fun facts about Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Hollywood Forever was founded in 1899, which means it was around before Hollywood became the movie capital of the world. Before it became Hollywood Forever, the cemetery was known as Hollywood Memorial Park. That's why you'll still see older references and buildings using that name. Paramount Studios is literally next door. Paramount Studios was built on land that was originally part of the cemetery's underdeveloped south end, and the studio still operates right next to it today. Hollywood Forever was listed on the National Register of Historic Sites in 1999, which helps explain why it feels more than just a cemetery. It's an actual LA landmark. Another fun fact, you can come and watch movies here at night. Cinespia hosts outdoor movie screenings at Hollywood Forever where films are projected onto the west wall of the Cathedral Mausoleum. The cemetery also hosts a huge Dia de los Muertos celebration. If you come to one of those, you'll see altars, you'll hear music, there'll be dancing, art, and a ritual procession. Also, another cool thing about this cemetery is there's just peacocks walking around like freely out in the open. They're really loud, they love talking and screaming at each other. You can hear them all across the cemetery. It's hilarious. You'll just be walking and there'll be a giant peacock just next to you. And there's also cats and squirrels. It's like a little zoo almost. Another thing that I love about this place is that it is completely free. For how much time you can spend here sightseeing and exploring, it's amazing that it's free, and you understand why it's free. You know, it's an active cemetery. I can't imagine a cemetery, that would charge people to enter or charge people to park, even though if there was going to be one, it would be in Los Angeles for sure. But yeah, free entry, free parking, just pull on up, park, and just walk around and explore and have a good time. And again, there are people here, and there was people here during my visit that were actually visiting their loved ones. And, you know, I don't want to be walking next to them, blogging or vlogging or whatever I'm doing. I just think that might be a little awkward and disrespectful, and I don't know, that's not me. And here we are at the Griffith Lawn. And just up ahead, there is the Griffith family obelisk. And if you grew up in California or LA, you of course know the Griffith name. Now, perhaps the most famous of the family is Griffith J. Griffith, the businessman who donated the land that became Griffith Park and later left money for the Greek Theater and the Griffith Observatory. His legacy is a little bit complicated. He was a major Los Angeles philanthropist, but in 1903, he also shot his wife, Tina. She survived, but she lost an eye. Also here at this Griffith family plot are his son, Van Griffith, his grandson, Harold Louis Griffith, and Harold's twin sister, Helen Louise Griffith. And right here we have John W. Ford. He was a World War II serviceman from California. His marker says he was lost at sea in 1945 at about 22 years old. He wasn't a celebrity, but it's still nice to see that people come and put American flags on his grave, and it's very nice to see. And right here on the lake is Byron Scott Minard. He was a major Wall Street investor and the global chief investment officer at Guggenheim Partners, where he helped build the firm into a huge investment business. He died suddenly in 2022 at age 63 after suffering a heart attack during a workout. And this grave right here says Petite, and it has a Freemason symbol. I couldn't find any information on this, but if you know anything, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. And of course, the legendary Burt Reynolds. He was one of the biggest movie stars of the 1970s and 80s. He's best known for Smokey and the Bandit, Deliverance, The Longest Yard, and Boogie Nights. He died in 2018 at age 82 after suffering a heart attack. And this is the grave of Michael Philip Risk. I couldn't find much information about him, but he has a pretty unique headstone. If you know anything, again, just let me know. And here we have Paul Reubens. He was an actor and comedian best known for creating Pee Wee Herman. And it's pretty hard to be alive right now and not know who or what Pee Wee Herman was. Paul Reubens died in 2023 at age 70 after privately battling cancer. Here's Valerie Harper. She's best known for playing Rhoda Morgenstern on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and its spin-off, Rhoda. She won multiple Emmys and became one of the most recognizable sitcom stars of the 1970s. She died in 2019 at age 80 after a long battle with cancer. Marvin Paige, he was a Hollywood casting director who worked on projects like Breakfast at Tiffany's, Star Trek The Motion Picture, and General Hospital. And this is the grave of Anton Yelchin. He played Chekhov in the rebooted Star Trek movies. He died in 2016 at just 27 years old in a freak accident at his Studio City home. His 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee rolled backwards down his driveway and pinned him against a brick pillar and security fence. His death was ruled as an accident. And this grave belongs to Irene Guadagno. She's better known as Mama Irene. She was the mother of Pasquale Rotella, founder of Insomniac Events, the company behind Electric Daisy Carnival. She wasn't like a big Hollywood celebrity, but she became a beloved figure in the EDM community. She died in 2015 at age 78. This grave here belongs to Tony Scott. He was the director behind Top Gun, True Romance, Crimson Tide, Enemy of the State, and Man on Fire. He was also the younger brother of director Ridley Scott. Tony Scott died in 2012 at age 68 after jumping from the Vincent Thomas Bridge in San Pedro, and his ashes were later placed here at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And here lies Halyna Hutchins. She was a Ukrainian cinematographer who worked on films like Arch Enemy, Blind Fire, and Rust. She died in 2021 at age 42 after being shot on the set of Rust by actor Alec Baldwin, who was holding a prop firearm that contained a live round. Hattie McDaniel. She was the actress who played Mammy in Gone with the Wind and became the first black person to win an Oscar. She died in 1952 at age 57 from breast cancer. And side note, she actually wanted to be buried here, but at the time, the cemetery did not allow black burials, so this is a memorial marker. Her actual burial is at Angelus Rosedale Cemetery. This grave belongs to Edmon Simonian. He was an Armenian immigrant, master craftsman, and furniture maker. He built a successful furniture business on Melrose Avenue and later helped restore the historic Hollywood Melrose Hotel, now known as the Hollywood Historic Hotel. He died in Los Angeles in 2010 at age 69. And right here we have Chris Cornell, the legendary singer of Soundgarden and Audioslave. He was one of the defining voices of grunge and alternative rock, known for songs like Black Hole Sun, of course, and Spoon Man, and Audioslave's Like a Stone. He died in 2017 at age 52 after a Soundgarden concert in Detroit. He unfortunately took his own life. And of course, Toto from The Wizard of Oz. The dog's real name was Terry, and she was a female Cairn Terrier who became one of the most famous animal actors in movie history. Toto/Terry died in 1945 at age 11, and her original grave in Studio City was later destroyed during construction of the Ventura Freeway. So this Hollywood Forever marker is a memorial honoring her legacy. Rest in peace, Terry. And down here, we have Douglas Fairbanks and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. This is a shared memorial. Fairbanks Sr. and Fairbanks Jr. were both major Hollywood figures. Sr. was one of the biggest stars of the silent film era. He was famous for movies like The Mark of Zorro, Robin Hood, and The Thief of Baghdad. And he also helped found United Artists. His son Douglas Fairbanks Jr. became a successful actor too, starring in films like Little Caesar, The Prisoner of Zenda, and Gunga Din. Sr. died in 1939 at age 56 after a heart attack, and Fairbanks Jr. died in 2000 at age 90, also from a heart attack. And right here is Kevin Michael Dennis. I was just walking through the cemetery, and out of the corner of my eye, I swear, I just saw this tombstone, and it's the shape of a cowboy boot. So I ran over here. I wanted to see who it was. And Kevin Michael Dennis wasn't a famous celebrity or actor. I did some research, and I couldn't find anything on him. But nonetheless, awesome grave, cowboy boot. What else can you say? And finally, we have arrived at the Judy Garland Pavilion. Judy Garland, best known as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, was originally buried in New York after her death in 1969. In 2017, her remains were moved here to Hollywood Forever, and this mausoleum was named in her honor. Here's Pete T. Stanley, also known around Hollywood Forever as the Piano Man because of his piano-shaped memorial and the inscription, "I did it my way." I couldn't find much information on Pete, but if you know anything, let me know. He died in 2010 at age 70. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I've been here for almost 3 hours and I know I just barely scratched the surface. There's still so much I didn't see, places I didn't go, but Mexico versus England is about to start. I got to get out of here. Let me know what you think. Let me know where I should go next. Like, subscribe. Thank you very much. Here we go, Joe.